Jason Baker here with Rise Real Estate, and this is hopefully I'll be able to get out another one, but anyway, usually twice a week, little contribution to the real estate community that I like to do. So anyway, I've had so many mentors that have helped me over the years. I just trying to give back a little bit, hopefully not ticking you off in the process. So that said, I have been noticing, and I went over with my team this morning on our power up, 8:45 a.m. I was a little long-winded today, so it went an hour. But anyway, as our market, so I was going over, why are we getting these calls from buyers? And they're going will you show me this property? And then I go through a series of questions that we'll cover here in just a minute. And in the bottom of this is a copy of that form, a Google Doc. You can use, rip off, duplicate, R&D, any of the stuff I send you. It's not copyrighted, just use it. So anyway, or just freaking burn it or delete it, whatever you want to do. But anyhow, it's I'm like all these buyers we go show me this property, and through the course of the conversation that again I'll train here in just a second. It's they're like, oh, but I've got a realtor. I'm like, why in God's name? Sorry, not you mean the Lord's name in vain there, but why for gosh sakes, why are you calling me? And then why do you want me to go show it? Where's your agent at? So anyway, I thought, and my agents are why are we're getting all these calls? So some coming out of the woodwork. So I just want to go over, some of the things I told my team this morning. Okay, so as our market shifts and our inventory increases, naturally that's going to create more sign calls, more text rider calls, more internet phone inquiries for Zillow otherwise, or, and overall more opportunity, which is great for those that have listings or massive amounts of listings. Okay. Above all else, what we've noticed is I have 16 listings right now active. Gosh, I couldn't have 1.6 active residential listings through the, limited inventory market. You'd never have them stack up to 16, right? So it's crazy. So, but anyway, as our market shifts, before the COVID, it was super easy for me to have 20, 25, 30 listings at any given time, residential. And, that went away where, you had to get used to having a lot pending and very few active. Well, now you're having a lot active and very few pending. It's kind of shifted back so quickly over the last 2 or 3 months. It's kind of weird how fast that happens, but most of us have been here before. Now, as our market shifts and our listing inventory increases, we're going to get more calls and just overall leads. Above all else, we want to make sure, and again, I'm talking to my team here, make sure that we always follow the code of ethics. We do not work with a client who has a relationship via a buyer broker with a potential buyer. We just simply, we're not going gray area there. That doesn't mean that we can't ask a few powerful questions to ascertain what the relationship is, but we most certainly are not, and some people are like, oh my gosh, but most certainly we're not crossing that. Now, it gets crossed all the time on us. We'll have a buyer broker, and the next thing you know, they'll be working with another real estate agent. We don't push the issue. So you could take that as two ways. Work with all of Jason's clients if you find out we're working with Jason, or do what we do. Please have your agent call us, okay? That's just something that we do. But I want my agents to dig deeper because there's definitions of if they are actually working with an agent. I want to help you succeed. So and I want to help my agents succeed. The nonsense calls are increasing where the buyers are calling the listing agent, us, and directly asking us to show homes to them when they already have an agent, or they say they do. Okay, I spelled they wrong, but that's okay. This is free. So on our team, we constantly talk about hourly rate and not wasting time. Okay, so you get to watch me correct this in real time. See, this is as authentic as it gets. So you can be sure the activity you engage in are worth your time. I tell my agents, if you want more time with your family, pre-qualify. You don't have to work more hours or work less hours. Just all you got to do is work smarter hours. Ask some questions, but I feel weird asking them. Well, I don't know. I'd feel really weird if I spent 4 or 5 hours with someone and they couldn't buy, or 4 or 5 hours showing a property and an offer comes in from an agent that, a friend of their family that lives up in Great Falls or something like that. Love Great Falls, by the way. Love smoked barbecue and I love fire pizza. Just saying. If you ever want to send me a gift certificate, for all these trainings and stuff, I totally take them. But anyway, so here's some thoughts and some questions. Why are they calling you? Another agent. And I think it's because they just don't understand the process, or their agent's on vacation are like, hey, call the listing agent, he'll show it to you. No, I won't. Okay, so not unless you call me and ask me, but not if they call me like that, right? So questions, and we this goes back to an LP Mama script that I'd sent out, a few moons ago. But we want to figure out where they're at. So when they call, thanks for reaching out. We're happy to show you this home. Tell me, is this the only location you're looking in, or would you consider others? Tell me more about that. What areas are you looking in? What counties? What school districts? Blah blah blah. Price range, real quick, because we're setting them up inside of our Brivity software system to receive new listings, sold listings, appended listings, these kinds of things, and then new listings that come up, 2 or 3 times a day. It'll send those to them either through an app or through the software. Okay, so real quick, so I want to set that up as specific as possible. So real quick, what price range don't you want to go over when I set up the search? Sometimes we just abruptly say, what price range? No, just say, hey, real quick, what price range don't you want to go over? I find that works, that terminology works really good for us when I do this search and start sending you listing alerts. Come from contribution, come from service, right? So number 3, motivation, LP Mama, L, location, price, motivation. Tell me a little bit about your time frame and anything else I should know. Are you renting or do you have a home to sell? Now you're searching for a listing. Would you take a listing right now if one was presented to you? Of course you would. Ask them. Agent. So here's the part that I was kind of sort of talking about, or really talking about up above. We have this thing I was teaching my team called the Code of Ethics, and we follow it. We don't want to step on another agent's toes. So we ask them, are you currently working with another agent? Are you exclusive with that agent? Are you open to a second opinion? Now, if they're exclusive, stop. So most of the time, the client's going to go, what does exclusive mean? Have you signed a buyer broker or a buyer broker, whatever you want to call it? Do not be shady. If I find out my agent's working with a buyer and there was anything, like if they're out, for us really, if they're out looking, even if there's no buyer broker for us, if they're actually out looking with another real estate agent. Now, if they're just getting listing alerts emailed to them once every couple of weeks or something like that, that's just not allegiance. But if they're actually going out looking, another agent's actually done a bunch of work for them, I don't know, it's just kind of weird for me. Not weird for a lot of you but for us, that's kind of where we draw the line. But you do you. So you cannot lose. So it's exclusive. Stop. Don't be shady. If you cannot, one thing I teach my agents is you cannot lose what you do not have. And this client is not yours. B, have you signed anything with them, buyer, broker, or otherwise? Have you submitted any offers yet, we ask them. How have you been looking at homes so far? Basically, we're trying to figure out if the agent has shown them any properties. If so, it's hands off for us. Have you physically met this agent? How responsive to you are they? Okay. Are you receiving daily listing alerts to show you new listings? Do they have a website? Again, what we're digging down here or drilling down here is what's the relationship, right? Do they have a website you can use in a home search app? Would you consider a second opinion to make sure you're getting the level of service you deserve? Now, we're not bashing the other agent, but we are trying, if there's no relationship there, they're just getting listing alerts, we'll ask that question. So mortgage, tell me, have you spoken to a lender yet, or you need me to send you a list of names? We expect you to meet the client anyhow for one showing only. That's our process. Do not spend a whole day with them with someone who refuses to get pre-approved. Oftentimes there's a reason. We cannot get that time back. Simply ask a few questions up front. Have you heard about our zero fee mortgage lender? We have a mortgage lender that we use. I'm an investor in that, full disclosure, but our clients get no origination, no transaction fees, no processing fees, and $1,000 back if it's over $150 at closing. Okay. Do not forget to ask us questions back to how much you make hourly. This is the time to coach them and win them over. Do not make the seller or the buyer feel stupid. Appointment. I am humbled you're giving me an opportunity to coach, advise, see, help you through the process. Tell me before we go look at these homes, would it be worth 10 or 15 minutes to Zoom or meet in person at the office or coffee shop? I put coffee shop. See this? See this? Can you tell I wrote this morning right before our meeting? Shop and go over our buyer benefits book. That helps you understand the local market and how the process unfolds. I have 2 or 3 available, which works best for you. When we're setting an appointment, we always ask for 2. We always give them 2 times. Would you like to meet? They're going to go, no. It's like when you walk on a car lot. They're like, can I help you? And you're like, I'm just looking. No. So always say, hey, I've got 2 or 3 available, which works best for you. That's really helpful. That's probably actually the best thing I've said today, but I am biased. Okay, so that's the training. That's what we do. Now that we're getting all these kooky calls from kooky people who have an agent who for some reason is not calling us on their behalf. Have a wonderful day.